Hello, Stacy Drake here, and this is something I want to talk about because I was watching an anti-Common Core video. I know this topic isn't the normal content on my channel, but we need to talk about how ridiculously difficult English language arts is throughout the entirety of school, in particular grades 1 through 12. We need to dummy down the English language arts work in our curriculums here in America, and probably the same in other countries too. But first off, I want to mention, starts off pretty solid, pretty nice in pre-K and kindergarten, but then when you're in first grade, you're summarizing texts in reading comprehension. It's basically the equivalent of 11th or 12th grade math, the type of proofs you're going through in that subject in pre-calculus. That's basically what it's like doing, what it was like for me in first grade, doing all those reading comprehension problems, summarizing texts. I mean, do you really expect your first grader to do 12th grade work in reading? What that's equivalent to in math? I mean, math is just way too easy and dummied down in elementary and middle school. And it only gets worse there for English, because in 5th grade, you're basically doing, college-level proofs in math as the equivalent of, for your ELA, reading comprehension. And then it gets even worse in middle school. The level of difficulty is way too much in English language arts, and they're expecting you to write essays way too long, too. We really need to dummy down the curriculum, but this part in high school is not so much the same thing. This is just an unacceptable statement that I've seen in high school before. And this is not meant to be a rant. It's going to be a calm video, just so you know. But in high school, you're an 11th grader. Let's just put an example out there. You're an African-American 11th grade student. You're reading To Kill a Mockingbird, and then you come across a line, you say, "Did they just use the N-word in this class?" Yes, they did. It's these damn standards that they don't care about. They don't care if it offends anyone. They just want you to read the stuff that is the least interesting, is the most standard, and that's this type of BS that needs to stop. You need to read good reads, ones that are fun to read, ones that don't use racial slurs or bad words in them. That's just unacceptable. Part 2 of this video right now, I'm going to talk about how math needs to be sped up in difficulty. So, the college math course for community college students, pre-algebra, is covered in 1 semester, whereas pre-algebra in primary and secondary schools is covered in 9 years. You're wasting all that time learning very slowly math when you're given only 4 years to learn algebra with a speck of geometry in 10th grade. I think they need to better prepare you for high school math and science, because when you're learning science, which basically starts to only come up in 3rd grade and beyond, then 7th and 8th grade, they only teach biology and chemistry, and the chemistry is not preparing you for high school chemistry. But there's no physics, though, so earth science you can do without, because you learn it in the 4 levels of science you do from in elementary school. But no physics, that's unacceptable for middle school. You need to learn physics, because most people don't even choose to take it in high school. That's going to be this video. Hope you enjoyed this opinion how ELA is just ridiculously hard. That's why that Regents exam was extremely unfair. They made it more difficult than the already too difficult grade level. Bye.